Welcome back, Fight Night Live Extra. Now for English Cruiserweight title fight. China Clarke, unbeaten in 12 against local favourite Matty Askin, who's getting a great reception from this crowd. He says it's all or nothing in this one. Picking up the commentary, Nick Halling and Jim Watt, after our MC, John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Sport proudly presents 10 rounds of boxing for the English Cruiserweight Championship. Sponsored by Betfair. Don't settle for less. We are live on Sky Sports HD. All the officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Here present with us at ringside, our supervisor is Mr. Dennis Gill-Martin. Our timekeeper at the bell is Jamie Kirkpatrick. And our 3 officials scoring at the ringside: Richie Davis of All Hallows, Terry O'Connor of Birmingham, and Dave Paris of Leeds. Our referee in charge of the action is Mr. Steve Gray of Fleetwood. So let's get the action underway and introduce to you firstly the challenger. Fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red trunks trimmed with black, weighing in at 14 stone, 2 pounds 16, fight record 14 wins, 9 inside the scheduled distance and just 2 defeats. From Blackpool, Matty Askin. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, comes the champion. Wearing the black trunks trimmed with white and red, weighing in at 14 stone. 12 fight record, 11 wins, 4 inside the scheduled distance and just 1 draw. Comes to the ring undefeated as the reigning and defending English Cruiserweight champion from Leeds, China, Clarke. So let's get the action underway then. 10 rounds of boxing for the English Cruiserweight Championship.
Okay, boys, if I call break, you must take 1 step back. Don't let any punches go around the back of the head and protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up. Good luck, boys.
This should be interesting. These two fellas know each other very well indeed. They used to spar a lot together when they were both out of the Brian Hughes gym in Manchester. They were stablemates there. Askin, though, says he was just a kid in those days, and both of them have said Askin has certainly improved a lot since then. So too, though, was China Clarke, who impressed in winning this title last month against Waddy Camacho. It's over 10 rounds. Askin in the black with the red trim has home advantage, tends to start fast as well, has got a lot of early knockouts on his card and a lot of pressure on the local man as well, who's lost 2 of his last 3 and has publicly said, if I lose again this time, I'm going to retire. And at 24 years old, that's early to be walking out of boxing, but that's the kind of pressure he's put himself under. Let's see if he can deliver tonight. It is a big, big night for Matty Askin.
Off the jab, mate, off the jab.
I mean, it's usually important to make an early impression on an opponent, and Askin's trying to do that. But I have to say, Clarke, what a temperament he has. I mean, no matter what comes his way, he seems to cope with it, stick with the job. And he's probably already faced a few people more skillful than he is, but he's still unbeaten. And I think it's important that Askin keeps something in the tank here, because Clarke, you know, very, very strong, and he seems to have that natural stamina.
And he's a highly intelligent man as well, China Clarke. Had a long, long chat with him yesterday, Jim. A lot about him. He had a background in modelling. He's worked for a law firm. He's now in the finance business as well, but he says he's dedicated himself to boxing. He said he really wants to go as far as he can in this game. That's why he changed his name. He said he wanted a persona. He took the name China. His real name was Philip. Changed his name by deed poll, and he said he did it to create a persona in the boxing business. He said that's a name you won't forget, and he's right. But you need more than a name if you want to make a big name for yourself in boxing. Let's see if he can deliver here and take 1 step nearer a shot at the British title. Talking about boxing, China Clarke's best attributes, he says, are his jab and his chin. We saw that chin tested against Waddy Camacho. He weathered some storms, and if he can establish his jab here, that is going to make it a very hard night for Matty Askin.
Yeah, that was a terrific fight against Camacho. It's a fight that can build your stamina and your confidence as well at this stage in his career. I think he'll come out of that with a lot of confidence. He looks as though he wants to counter in the opening round here, just having a little look. Askin, not too many clean punches landed. Askin been the busier of the two. But just a kind of scouting mission, if you like, from Clarke in the opener. Trying to busy up now.
Good to see that Askin's got himself in really good shape for this one. By his own admission, when he went to Poland last November and lost in 11, he said he wasn't in the best of shape, says he shouldn't have taken it. But he did. And there's certainly no excuses here. He's in terrific shape, working with trainer Matthew Ellis down the road. He bombed him out around once 3 years ago. But they're good pals now, apparently. There's Askin asking the questions here in this opening section.
Yeah, not a lot to split them and punches landed, but Askin certainly tried to make things happen a bit more.
The extensor mechanism, the tendon in this hand, and I've snapped the first metacarpal.
When I was young, I got the chance to do something I loved.
A chance to feel good about yourself.
A chance to inspire others.
Chance to try something you've never done before.
Chance to make new friends.
To be part of a team.
To do something different.
To be something you want to be.
To do something you love doing.
To be proud of yourself.
Sky Sports Living for Sport is a free initiative that improves the lives of thousands of young people each year. Take a chance, get involved.
Betfair sponsors of boxing on Sky Sports.
Mark Bateson in the corner with China Clarke. Just a bit of fine-tuning going on there.
Seconds out, round two.
Round two then of this 10-round battle for the English Cruiserweight title. China Clarke, the taller man. He's the defending champion. Matty Askin in the red with the black. He's the challenger. Both of these fellas with an eye on the guy who's really solidified the British Cruiserweight division after a spell on the roundabout, John Lewis Dickinson, who defended again successfully last night. Askin with a good attack there, got through with a left hand, drew a little grin from Clarke, didn't get through with a left hook there though. And China Clarke looking to land a couple of counters of his own.
Clarke is looking quite comfortable at the moment. You know, he's not doing an awful lot of work, but he's not taking anything cleanly. And so he's quite happy to bide his time, and you can see that Askin is just a little bit worried about overcommitting himself. He's having a difficult time getting himself into range at Askin and getting the punches home.
And Askin is naturally a front foot bombs away, fast starting type of guy. I think he knows that that's not going to work against Clarke, who is very tough. So he's really thinking about his work, getting through with a right to the body there. But you'd like to see Clarke step up the work rate a little bit here.
Yeah, he's just doing too much thinking and not enough work. Askin taking the initiative again there.
I'm still waiting for that Clarke jab to start establishing itself. It's a real fits and starts kind of fight at the moment, this.
Yeah, well, Clarke still wants to be cagey, so Askin really should be leading with more than one shot at a time.
Well, he tried there, Jim, but 3 punches that he threw. Drew a big cheer, but none of them came close to landing. So Clarke showing some good reflexes here, but then also falling short with his own work. And the phony war continues here in round two. One of them is going to have to commit at some point. There's a lot of feinting and drawing of leads and a lot of movement. Not too many punches thrown and even fewer landing cleanly at the moment. And another one blocked off.
Askin wants to get into range, but he's finding it difficult. I mean, I have to say, Clarke is boxing well. He's not doing a lot as far as winning the rounds go. He's probably just lost that one as well, just through laziness.
Betfair sponsors of boxing on Sky Sports.
Oh, my new windows are absolutely amazing.
They're solid,
You feel so safe.
Absolutely knockout prices. They're fabulous.
We didn't have to clean up.
No. Our energy bills have gone right down.
And for peace of mind, you get a 10-year guarantee.
And we got 55% off.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
So who did them then?
You know the one.
Get your free 55% off quote today at safestyle.co.uk or call 0800 106 107 now.
And they did a proper good job, I can tell you that.
Corners 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 3.
And Matt Ellis in the corner of Matty Askin there was saying, you've got to put more pressure on this guy. Single punches are not going to bother China Clarke. You've got to throw 2s and 3s. Let's see if Askin can take that on board and do something about it. And meanwhile, in the other corner, Clarke was told to just get his work rate up a little bit. Good advice.
Yeah, there haven't been too many clean punches landed in either of the first couple of rounds. I've scored them to Askin just because he's been a little bit busier trying to make things happen. So we'll see if Clarke takes that advice on board, because he's going to have to be busier.
He's always going to have to deal with the movement of Matty Askin. His upper body movement, his head movement is terrific tonight so far. And this is a side of his game I've not really seen before, Jim. They've definitely worked on the defensive aspect of Matty Askin's game. There it is again. It's good stuff, this from Askin. Can he keep it going? But you heard Matt Ellis, his trainer, was saying, got to throw 3s and 4s. He's not throwing much at all at the moment, Askin.
Yeah, Clarke's looking a little bit more business-like, but still not really letting a lot of punches go. Trying to come forward a bit more now.
Going with a nice straight left counter there, Askin. But how often have we seen this? It just sort of, they just get tangled up and negating each other's works. There's little flurries and flashes here and there, but neither of these fellas has managed to establish their own rhythm yet. And a long way to go, but it has to be said, this one just hasn't caught fire at all so far.
I mean, for someone who we know can really get himself involved in a tear-up, Clarke he's taken a long time to get going tonight.
Yeah, get involved in a tear-up and do well in a tear-up as well, Jim. This is the thing. His chin is so sound, as we saw against Wadi Camacho, that this is a guy who could step in and take some risks. Maybe he respects Askin's power. And we've seen a lot of that early in the career of the Blackpool man. But somebody's got to engage here. Somebody's got to go for it.
Yeah, we're seeing feints and threats, but not an awful lot of action. Nothing to split them so far on this one.
Askin happy to draw leads and try and catch Clarke on the counter. A little bit more work from the jab here from China Clarke in this third round, with mixed results.
Betfair sponsors of boxing on Sky Sports. And I'm sorry to tell you that it's not with chemotherapy.
If you've been hit with the news you have cancer, or you love someone who has, we're here for you. No one should face cancer alone. With our support, you won't. To find out all the ways the Macmillan team can help, call us free on 0808 808 0000 or go online today.
Showtime, this is it. This is it.
A little bit more work being called for by Mark Bateson in China Clarke's corner.
Corners 10 seconds.
Yeah, well, one of the few clean punches landed there.
Seconds out, round 4.
Round 4 of this 10-rounder. China Clarke defending his English Cruiserweight title against Matty Askin, the Blackpool local. Clarke was saying he did a 12-round spar last week with John Lewis Dickinson, the British champion. So he handled him fairly well, but they all say that, don't they? But he's not handling Matty Askin too well here at the moment.
Someone's going to have to show just a little bit more confidence in their capabilities. You know, they've both been so cagey. I mean, it's not as though they're both huge punchers and you can't afford to take a chance. That was better.
Yeah, Clarke, for all his toughness and undoubted durability, is not one of the game's big bangers. Just 4 stoppages in his 11 wins. And Askin, as I say, 6, I think, very, very early knockouts. But he tended to load it up and throw bombs earlier in his career, and I think he's learnt that that'll only take you so far. And we're seeing a much more mature performance from Askin. You'd just like to see a little bit more work from both of them at the moment.
There's so much of the work that is out of range from both men.
Yeah, because Askin is drawing that lead from Clarke. And Clarke, when he does throw that long left jab, most of them are missing. But then, when Askin tries to get him on the counter, Clarke's getting out of range. And we're seeing it again here.
Yeah, see, Clarke's throwing the jab, but not really committing himself, so he's not there for the counter. So we're just seeing a lot of missed punches.
Clarke at least has kept Askin on the back foot, but Askin doesn't look too troubled.
Yeah, well, Clarke looks capable of manoeuvring Askin into the corners and against the ropes, but not taking advantage of a good shot.
Yeah, right hand got through. Yeah, China Clarke said, good shot. Well, just to emphasise the point you made earlier, and a bit of rough stuff there from Clarke. Steve Gray's going to have a word about that. But to go back to that right hand, Jim, what you've noticed through 4 rounds of this fight, if there's been anything good coming through, it has been coming from Matty Askin.
Yeah, Clarke, you know, he looks comfortable. He's getting himself, you know, into range or almost into range, and he's shuffling around, manoeuvring Askin, but not doing anything, not pulling the trigger when the time comes.
Askin trying to launch an attack. The big cheer goes up. Never mind that it all fell on stony ground.
Oh, my new windows are absolutely amazing.
They're solid. You feel so safe.
Absolutely knockout prices. They're fabulous.
We didn't have to clean up.
No. Our energy bills have gone right down.
And for peace of mind, you get a 10-year guarantee.
And we got 55% off.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
So who did them then?
You know the one.
Get your free 55% off quote today at safestyle.co.uk or call 0800 106 107 now.
And they did a proper good job, can tell you that.
Betfair sponsors of boxing on Sky Sports.
Pinched around, you know, dominate centering, pushing back. As soon as it comes forward.
Yeah, well, Clarke's getting good advice in the corner. I think his corner agree with me that Askin is stealing this at the moment, calling for more work.
Seconds
from
out,
Clarke.
round 5.
And there's absolutely no question that China Clarke, the champion here, is the guy that's got to get through the gears a little bit, because there is an argument to say that Matty Askin has stolen the first 4 of these rounds. And if that is the case, Clarke really has to establish himself here. Well, this one could be slipping away in a hurry.
Well, I've given him 3 with 1 level, you know, and in the 3rd round I thought that absolutely nothing happened. So someone has to go about the job here as though they really fancy it. There's too much feinting, threatening, but not enough happening.
And it has to be said, it's a disappointment so far, because we enjoyed watching China Clarke against Waddy Camacho last month, and he's such an engaging character as well. And Matty Askin, we've always enjoyed watching him and his power, and the fact that he's put everything on the line for himself tonight as well. The stakes seem to be set really high for this one, and it just hasn't clicked.
Yeah, and when they do get into range, they're starting to clinch now, which is worse. It's becoming more untidy. Someone's got to let some punches go as they move forward. Trading jabs there.
Straight left from Askin was the more eye-catching of the two jabs. I mean, to take some positives here, and I'm sure Matty Askin will if this carries on like this, it's a much more polished and composed performance from him tonight that we're seeing so far. He tended to be a bit of a one-dimensional gunslinger before, and that will only get you so far in this game. There's more patience, more thought about his work here.
But the fact that Clarke is kind of marching forward in straight lines, I mean, Askin should be, you know, springing in but letting 2 and 3 punches go. See, this is the problem when they get up close. You know, they're both clinching, both looking for the safety first route. You know, it's as though they both feel the other guy has the punch to hurt them, and they're just been a little bit, you know, overcautious.
Well, you mentioned that Askin throwing it in 2s and 3s. That's exactly what Matt Ellis was asking him to do at the end of the first round. And Askin listened and said, yep, but has just been reluctant to do it. And meanwhile, there's always daylight between them, it seems. But Askin just pecking away here and there. Not there. Clarke showing good elusiveness himself, but what very little you remember of this fight so far, you remember coming from Matty Askin. Well, that's a bit more like it, throwing some punches. Again, not sure how much got through cleanly, but at least the aggression is coming from Askin, nothing coming back from Clarke.
Yep, again, he's doing that a little bit more. But a complete lack of quality, I'm afraid.
And China Clarke's got to be careful here. I think that might be a final warning. Well, not much to report so far. I wonder if our guests at the ringside, Ryan Rhodes and Jamie Moore, are seeing more than we are. Guys.
Well, so far, Jamie, more missing than hitting.
Yeah, it has been. You know, the fight's not really caught fire yet. They're both a lot of feinting, you know, trying to draw each other out. None of them really willing to commit, really.
Ryan, what should both guys do now?
I think one of them needs to, you know, make a stand and take the initiative. No one's, you know, put the stamp down and wants this fight as yet. I think the fight's still there to be won, so hopefully can get it going.
How do you see it going from here, Jamie?
Hopefully someone lands with a clean shot and you know, the fight sparks off, but I've not got much hope, Ed.
Well, we do hope it catches fire.
Good. The kiss of death from Jamie Moore, then. Jamie and Ryan talking to Ed Robinson. Can't argue with that assessment so far.
Round 6.
Round 6. So we go into part 2 of this 10-rounder, and somebody has got to grab this by the scruff of the neck, and surely that somebody is the defending champion, China Clarke, because he's done very little to impress. Askin might just be doing enough to pinch it here and there. So the onus really is on China Clarke now to say, right, this is my belt and I'm keeping it.
See, they're both just trying to be too precise. You know, they're not prepared to miss with a punch. You know, if you let them go in little clusters, then the first couple might miss, but you know, something will get through. But they're both just trying to measure every move they're about to make. Someone really has to take the initiative a little bit more.
Askin's been looking for right hooks to the body in this round. Landed one a few moments ago. Looked for another one just before they started to clinch there. And then a shopping right hand, but Clarke was inside that. Another warning from Steve Gray, who's showing Clarke a little bit of tolerance. But let's see if he continues to try and work that left hook, that right hook to the body here, Askin. Certainly give Clarke something else to think about. And again, Askin getting in close. Not much Clarke can do here. Really just boring his way in and just glued to Clarke's chest.
You know, when they get into punching range, it's as though they're both seeking safety. You know, they're getting into a mess, trying to get the chin over the other guy's shoulder. You know, they both seem worried of the other man's power, and I don't understand that.
Askin again looking for the counter there, that right uppercut. And this time he led off with the left, missed with the right. And there's another one of those right hands to the body. hits from Askin. Very hard-looking, solid left jab, straight through the guard. And he's again in this round picking off China Clarke very effectively.
Well, Clarke must realise he's going to have to take some chances here, and maybe that will spark a bit of life into this. When his corner have made it pretty clear, they feel that the rounds are going against him. He's just not doing enough.
Again, messy. Clarke misses with the lead. Askin can't find the counter. Arms all tangled up. Another lead from Askin. Askin's having some success when he's the lead-off guy here.
Yeah, he's getting a bit of snap into the jab a couple of times now. Just a pity he can't string some punches together.
That's the best round he's had for me, though. Matty Askin, who went back with a big grin, which is more than can be said for China Clarke.
I want you to push it. I want you to put it on him now, yeah? Right? I want you to put it on him. He can't handle pressure, Matty. I'm telling you, listen.
Yeah, real solid jab. He timed a couple of the jabs well. So you would think more opportunities will come now, because Clarke really has to go for this if he wants to hang on to his title. He's going to have to up the work rate, take some chances, and hopefully a little bit of fire will be injected into this.
Right hand to move away. Come on, deep breath.
Well, I'm not pressing the panic button in there, but Mark Bateson has more or less been saying the same thing right from the start. You've just got to do some more work, just up the tempo.
Seconds out, round 7.
I wonder if there's been a little bit of flatness for China Clarke, that this fight has come so soon after that war that he had last month against Wadi Camacho, and it really was a draining one. He just hasn't looked like he's been on fire tonight at all. And whilst he's not been dominated, you know, I kind of agree with you, Jim, that Askin's doing enough to just pinch a lot of these rounds.
Yeah, he's landing one or two decent punches in just about every round. He's going for the jab again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The right hand put
6,
Clarke down.
7, 8.
And Askin walked back to the neutral corner with a huge grin on his face, as if to say, right, let's go. And if China Clarke is ever going to wake up, it has to be now. That's come really early in the round.
And it's exactly what the fight needed. A little bit of drama. Now Clarke, we'll see how he is with his back to the wall. He knows he has to produce now.
Yeah, that has brought a sense of urgency to China Clarke.
It's a jab getting through again from Askin. He's never been able to follow the jab up. He's landed some decent jabs. There it goes again, timing it much better now. Maybe with the pace slowing, the better quality boxing of Askin will start to show itself.
Well, Clarke looks like he's fully recovered. The eyes are clear. He's focused, but Askin knows he can hurt him. And he knows he's put real daylight between himself and his rival now. And Clarke absolutely has to find a response here. Again, the jab gets through from Askin. And Askin will take this all night. Clarke just sort of edging forward, reluctant to throw first. This is playing right into Askin's hands here. Looking to land that big chopping overhand right again that did so much damage a couple of moments ago.
I'm surprised that he hasn't tried the right hand a bit more often than he has done, because Clarke is walking in straight lines, straight forward. So moving in with the punch is just the old-fashioned left-right. You can see it landing all night long.
Nice left hook to the body there from Askin. And another telling off for China Clarke. Nothing's gone right for the champion in this round. At least he recovered, but the gap between them is a chasm now. And still Clarke swings and misses. Big round for a smiling Matty Askin. Big problems for a frowning China Clarke.
Right, listen, he's more frightened of you than you are of him. It's just as every soon as you go like that, it's like that. You've got to get him up.
Well, the fight needed something. I mean, he was kind of bundled to the floor. I don't think he was badly hurt at any time, and I think he's annoyed with himself. A punch had landed. It was a fair call. You know, the right hand landed in the top of the head, then he was kind of bundled over, so the referee got it right. It was a legitimate knockdown. Don't think he was badly hurt, but you think that would have spurred him into trying to produce something. But that was it, you know, punch landed high in the head. Probably wouldn't have gone over from the punch. But he was kind of bundled to the floor. And as I say, the referee called it right. Big round for Askin, just at a time where Clarke needed to do something.
Round 8. 2 more after this. China Clarke's grip on that English Cruiserweight title is looking very shaky indeed. Matty Askin has fiddled his way through the first few rounds, nicking around here, nicking around there, negating China Clarke. Then he's put him on the floor. And he's in control right now of a fight that he said he has to win or he'll walk away from the game. And still Clarke can't find that plan B.
See, probably after a couple of losses, recent losses, maybe Askin has to find his confidence, box his way into this. He's certainly boxing with a bit more confidence now. Still scrappy action, but I think we're just going to have to put up with that.
Well, it was a year ago this month that he was really flat against John Lewis Dickinson, boxing for this title. And surprisingly flat. A lot of people had him as the favourite for that one because he went in such good form, but didn't work for him. He left his trainer Bob Shannon, hooked up with Matt Ellis. And then got a low-key win, but then went to Poland. Said himself he just wasn't in the right frame of mind mentally and wasn't at his best physically. And faded before being stopped in 11. Well, there's that right hand getting through again. Big cheers. But Clarke wasn't off balance this time.
I'm surprised he hasn't used that punch more often. The few times he's let it go, it's landed well. Well, there's some urgency in Clarke's work now, but it's a little bit clumsy, I'm afraid, not getting the result.
There's urgency, but there's no quality. And Askin still picking the punches better. And a crude and clumsy assault coming in from Clarke again. And for a guy whose confidence was fragile and who's had a tough 12 months and who put huge pressure on himself, you have to say that Matty Askin's done a tidy job here and belied his reputation as basically a bombs away merchant. There's that right hand once again. And Clarke with another telling off. What else can go wrong for the Leeds man?
Well, we're seeing now that the fact that Clarke does have a good chin because Matty Askin has bounced a couple of real solid right hands off it.
And there's another one, just a tack on. And nothing coming back from China Clarke. And this gap between them grows wider and wider.
What the fuck we doing in the gym? Listen, 6 minutes, yeah? 6 minutes. That's all it is now, yeah? Like every time, listen, that phone that right hand, catch him every time that you fall in. Don't fall into it. Go out, bank it up, step, bang again, yeah? Twice. Put it on him twice now. Listen, you're there, Matty. Come on.
Matt Ellis knows that it's close.
6 minutes.
That's how close. 6 minutes. Here's some of those big right hands, those straight left hooks. Had some good success in this round, Jim.
Yeah, boxed well to get his own punches off, then nullified, didn't allow Clarke to come back with anything. Clarke coming forward but not getting the punches off first. And he's walking on that big, that's a beautiful shot from Askin. I'm surprised it's taken so long for him to use it regularly.
Seconds out, round 9.
Round 9, China Clarke, the English Cruiserweight champion. But not for much longer, not unless he can find something to turn this around in the next 6 minutes. It would be an exaggeration to say Matty Askin's been in control of this from the start, but all the quality, such as there's been, has come from the Blackpool man. And he must be a long, long way ahead on the scorecards of Richie Davis, and Dave Parris, and Terry O'Connor. There's the switch to the body again. We've seen more variety from Askin, who worked the body once again. And the weapons that China Clarke has have just not been firing for him tonight.
He's still shuffling forward, and just as he's edging into range, he's been beaten to the punch, not getting the shots off early enough. Reaching with the punches as well now, Clarke.
Well, you've got to admire Askin's work in this one so far. Oh, nice uppercut.
And that's a sign of confidence, being prepared to let the lead with the uppercut. You can see he's kind of grown into the fight, whereas Clarke just doing exactly the same thing, marching forward and taking far too long to get the shots off.
It's just a more rounded performance than we've seen from Matty Askin in, well, possibly ever. You know, he's not whipping up trees, but it's much more intelligent boxing from him. I think he's got a good partnership going there with Matt Ellis. They seem to be gelling very well. And this, if he hangs on, will do wonders for his confidence. And it'll be the right tribute for his grandfather, who passed away recently, Terry Halpin, the old featherweight from the 60s. Good amateur in his day, boxed Ken Buchanan. There was a big, big influence on young Matty earlier in his career. Clarke getting a couple of jabs going there, but he's going to need more than a few jabs hitting the target now.
Yeah, it's just still a little bit scrappy, just the styles haven't gelled tonight. Every time they've come close, they've come into a clinch, but the good work again coming from Askin.
And again. Now, Askin's on the floor, and I don't see a punch land there.
Nah, just a stumble.
The hands have dropped, though, from Askin. He gets through again, though, and he goes back with a smile, which is more than can be said for this man.
Go on, last round. Suck it in, come on.
And it really is red alert time. It's all or nothing now for China Clarke.
Last round, Phil. Everything's got to go into this last round. Yeah? See the double jab, it landed on it. Double jab cross, but you've got to keep this in. Let him go. Big round, yeah? Don't be frightened of getting it. You've got to go out there and take it to him.
Well, he does. He needs a massive round. I mean, if your card is close to being accurate, Jim, he needs a stoppage.
Well, some of the early rounds when nothing happened, the judges may have liked his aggression, his patience and whatever. But since the fight started to catch fire, for me, the better work has always been coming from Askin, as you see here in the replays, not taking too much in return.
Seconds out for the 10th and final round.
Last round of this English Cruiserweight title fight. Not a classic, not one that's going to live long in the memory, but for Matty Askin in the black and the red shorts, it will mean the world to him. It will mean his career, which looked so promising 12 months ago, which has been on the slide ever since, will be right back in business. And surely Clarke has just got to come in now and throw bombs. There is nothing else he can do. Well, if he's going to throw bombs, they've got to land. And Askin's done a clever job tonight of making China Clarke miss consistently, right from the first round onwards.
Well, at long last, Clarke trying to up the tempo, trying to get some punches that put them together, are good body shots.
Again, yeah.
The body work has been good from Askin, just single punches, but there's some good body work from him.
I think there's been a lot to like from Matty Askin tonight, Jim. It's been a very intelligent fight from him. Even if it didn't exactly really catch the eye for the first 4 or 5 rounds, he's never been in any kind of trouble. He's always been just ahead of the game. And as I say, for a guy who earlier in his career was just out there throwing the big bombs and hoping to get rid of somebody early and didn't seem to have much of an idea if it didn't work, this is a much more rounded Matty Askin we're seeing here.
Yeah, he's just coasting a little bit in the last round here. He obviously feels, doesn't want to take chances, maybe feels that the win is in the bank. He's been outworked here. You know, big drive from Clarke. I think his corner have made it pretty clear. They need a huge round from him.
And we're not getting it.
For the first time, Clarke's beginning to take some chances, let some punches flow. But he needed to do this a long time ago.
It's the last minute of the fight, Jim. He should have been taking chances 4 rounds ago. Because he has got that good chin, as we've seen. Even the knockdown was more a balance thing than anything else. He needed to take some risks to try and make something happen. It just hasn't happened for him tonight. Askin looking to just land another one of those big chopping right hands. Decent couple of body shots from China Clarke, but we're inside the last 30 seconds, and I don't think Askin is going to be denied now.
A little bit of showboating from Askin. Doesn't want to be silly here. Don't throw everything away. Just keep your composure, keep your concentration. A good last round so far from Clarke.
Now that'll just about do it. It goes to the judges, but surely there can't be any doubt about that. China Clarke is doing the kidology. But I think everybody in the Winter Gardens here at Blackpool knows that this is a belt that's about to change hands. And there's a lot to like about Matty Askin tonight. There's a lot he likes about it.
Yeah, and for a young man who suffered a couple of losses, who puts his career on the line tonight with what he said before the fight, goes into this one with a lot of pressure. You can understand he was a little bit careful and cagey in the opening rounds, but once the fight did catch fire, he was the one producing the quality. The big right hand was effective, the body shots were effective, and just to sum up, he was the one producing the far better boxing, far better punches.
Well, last time I looked at your card, Jim, it was more or less a landslide. And let's have a look at the stats. Well, they're very much in Askin's favour. But how will the judges see it? Let's just have a reminder of how you saw it, Jim.
Yeah, but I have about 8 points there, as you can see. A couple of the early rounds, you could see whichever way you liked, because there was nothing happening, to be quite honest. You could actually have scored the first 4 rounds level, just nothing happening. But quite entertaining from that point on. And this man here in my book is the new champion.
And I think I would have to agree with you, and I think everybody else would agree with you. But let's find out if our 3 judges agree with you. We've got the verdict.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After 10 rounds of championship boxing, the judges' scorecards read: Judge Richie Davis has scored this contest 98-92. Judge Terry O'Connor has scored this contest 99-91. Judge Dave Parris has scored this contest 98-92. All 3 judges are in favour of the winner. And a new English Cruiserweight champion,
no doubt about it,
Blackpool, Matty Askin.
It was a committed performance. It was a mature performance. It was a winning performance. And it's a performance that makes him English Cruiserweight champion. For a man whose boxing career could have ended tonight, this moment must feel very special indeed.
Yeah, well, he kept his boxing together all the way through, didn't make too many mistakes. You know, a little bit cagey in the early stages, but as we've said, he's lost 2 out of